but I just had a little bit of some scheduling concerns here, but nonetheless. All right, cool. T-FAR plugin is off, and I am ready to go. So this is Friday Night Fights, the EU branch. We are going to be covering both EU and NA tonight, and then afterwards we'll be playing some DayZ. Looks like everything is calibrated stream side, so we should be A-okay for this one. We are sitting at, to quickly check the team speak, about 80 players for Friday Night Fights today. We'll see how all of that goes, but otherwise it is going to be, for our first round, Blue 4 versus Green 4. So let me go ahead and put the prediction up for you guys, because I know you guys like to place your bets. So give me 1 second. 1 EU. Blue 4 is attacking. And Green 4 is defending. We'll set that for 10 minutes. All right, going over the round here. Blue 4. Actually, no, we got the mission right up here. No, we don't. There is no mission right up. It's just a mission as is. All right, let's rock it. 2 caches to destroy. We'll get on that later. Otherwise, no magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Max view distance is over 1.5 clicks at 1,600 meters. Good God. And the defender 4 to 5 points are up to 175. That's 50 more than the default, usually at 125. Medium anti-tank settings for both sides are going to be 2. No. Blue 4, as the attackers get 2 AT rounds per, the defenders get 3 AT rounds per, which makes sense because Blue 4 has SOCOM VIX to work with, and Green 4 only has static turrets. Otherwise, Blue 4's uniforms are going to be the Ranger multicam, so basic US Blue 4 kits here. Weaponry is going to reflect that. Mark 18, some with SOP mod stocks, some are regular. Glock 17 as the secondary, and M249 200 round 5.56 light machine gun. As the LMG, the M240 Golf is going to be the medium machine gun for the auto rifleman and the machine gunner slots respectively. M136, which is a single shot disposable AT launcher, going to be for the light anti-tank, stands for LAT. Sniper in the recon team gets a choice in M10 2010. Bolt action 308. I don't remember if it's 308 or 338. It's one of the two, but both, you know, high caliber. To work with as a sniper, and then the 2 suppress shooter get a choice between the Mark 14 or the SOCOM 16, both 20-round 7.62 by 51 NATO battle rifles that get suppressed. Crew and aviation get a choice of either submachine gun MP7 or a Mark 18 Mod 1 with a short barrel. Nothing in crew serve weapons. Their assets are going to be 2 GMV Humvees. These are basically M2s with 2 additional 240s, 1 for the top gun, 1 for a rear gunner. So 2 guns can be fired at the same time. Great 360 coverage with it, and it can carry 11 people, but some of them have to be on the sides, on the outside, and they don't really get a lot of cover at that point, so it can get a little messy for them. And then they have an MH6 Little Bird, which is meant to be a transport. Beyond that, they can ferry a squad or recon or something with it, or they can airback, but we'll take a look at the AO soon. Nothing on Op4, by the way, because we don't have it under uniform. Loadout for the marksman in every squad is probably going to be a Mark 11, which is also a 20-round battle rifle with the marksman scope, but it's more designed as a marksman style weapon, but I digress. Uniforms are going to be, for Green 4, Rebel French Lizard camouflage, so, you know, your pith helmets and all your Chicom vests and all that fun stuff. I'd imagine their marksman rifles either going to be a Mark 14 or an SVD, but we'll take a look at that in a second, based off of the fact that it's AKs. Oh no, they got M14s under recon too. I'm actually going to have to look over at their AO. We'll confirm it when we do unit breakdowns. Otherwise, going back to Green 4 here, loadout's going to be mainly AK-74s, both the rifle and the submachine gun version. 74s being 5.45 caliber, so it's going to be a 5.45 B5.56 caliber. Very, very similar in those rifle cartridges, so we'll just have to see how things go. They got the TT-33 as a secondary. Glock 17, in my opinion, is better, but, I mean, secondaries and FNF suck. Like, regardless of what they are, they fucking suck. I would just say reload the fucking mag unless you get lucky with a headshot, which sometimes happens. Otherwise, PKM and an FN mag, both of those are big calibers. The PKM has 100 rounds of 7.62 by 54 R. Actually, is it rimless? Might be rimless, or rimmed. I forget what the R stands for. It's something to do with the rim of the cartridge, but big caliber there. And then the FN mag, which fires 7.62 by 5.1 NATO. So both of those are medium machine guns, but based off of how it's ordered, the light machine gunners are going to get the medium machine gun there, and the machine gunner is going to leave the medium machine gun there. So auto rifleman, and I guess it's just mag size, but that's a lot of firepower for the French guys. Single shot disposable weapon is going to be the RBR M80, which, you know, years ago used to be a piece of shit, but they actually buffed it in RHS, so now it actually can take out armored targets, which is nice. you know, for what a single-shot disposable 18 launcher should be able to take out at the very least. Sniper gets an M24, single-shot bolt action, 7.62 by 51, also known as 308. And then the suppressed shooters either get an integrally suppressed grease gun, which is the M3A1, SD, which suppressed something. I forgot what the D stands for. I think. Well, actually, we know what D stands for, but... oh, and then a Mark 14 as well for that suppressed shooter, which, you know, also 20 round 7.62 by 51 battle rifle. And then the crew and aviation. See, it's not the best choice in the world, all right? It's either the U model or the UN model for the AKS. Sometimes... Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's a slight textural difference if you see that there's a little bit of an opening right there between the upper receiver and the barrel, whereas this one, it's kind of closed off, but otherwise they're very, very similar to the same weapons. Otherwise, nothing on crew served weapons for them. They get a sit-down 50 cal static, which technically it's 12.7, but, you know, it's very, very close. They again have the standing version, which is the cord, 6U16 version, and then the Mark II static with the gun shield. Actually, yeah, no, I can't make that distinction from here, but yeah, interesting. So we have all of that set up. Not a good chunk of ammo for these. It's only 250 rounds per, and then 400 rounds, but 100 round boxes where these are on 50. Otherwise, let me do a quick roster breakdown. We got Tilsitter commanding Green 4, Shy leading Bravo HQ, Holton leading Bravo 1 with Wise, Schneider. I'm going to quickly check Schneider's kit, because I'm trying to see where the marksman is. I'm 99% certain it's an SVD, but it could be a Mark 14. And the difference there is 10 bullets in the magazines. SVD with 10, Mark 14 with 20. Revolk, Rapier, who also has an AK? Wayne and Loki as the medic. Bravo 2 being led by Patriot with Olaf, Reaper, Mutant, Spiky, who also has an AK there. Seismo. Yeah, no, it's a holographic on his gun. And Lolo. They could also have an M76, which is, you know, similar to an SVD, where it is 10 rounds, 7.62 by 5.4. But yeah, I don't see a marksman there. So we got Popsy leading Charlie with Risiu, Bartik, Llama, Desk, Navy, and Lacarfor. And then we've got Grand Mitten leading Delta 2 here. It looks like they've merged Delta 1 and Delta 2 together with the squad leader. So I think Pierce is the actual squad lead, because usually we see him squad leading in these groups. But it's Mitten, Bendel, Twins, Duckett, Roche, Shun, Pierce, Sanchez, Firefly, Telop, Fons, Nolich, and Huba. Now, I'm just going to click through these names again and then try to come in, because I am trying to find that marksman rifle. Because marksman in an open map like Suma can make all the difference, and I just want to see what it is. I doubt they just have a PSO scoped AK-74. That is possible, but it's unlikely. But I'm actually not seeing any marksmen at all, which could be a trade-off for the fact that they have 2 medium machine guns for all their auto riflemen. That's just a really weird difference to have, because FNF normally doesn't have plays like that. They usually keep everything very, very balanced, but I am not seeing any marksman here at all, but we're going to see it on Blue 4's side as we break down Blue 4's roster. So, Blue 4, they've got 3 spawn zones over to the east, but I digress. Looking at Blue 4's side, 1 minute remaining. Tenderbaner is leading. Oddball is 2IC. He's going to be flying the chopper. Ash leading Alpha HQ. Banks leading Alpha 1 with Swola, McCorn, Tackleberry, Gazag, and there you go, right there. Mark 11 marksman rifle, 7.62 by 51 NATO, 20 round magazine rifle, marksman rifle. And then Wheaton, Pete leading Alpha 2 with Pro Hunter Gogu. Mackenzie, Aim at the Stars, Thompson, and Rodrigue. Newton leading Bravo HQ with Norris leading Bravo 1 with Iqbal, Steve, Kavui, Present My Love, and Daedalus. Khalil leading under Bravo 2 with Ant, Renly, Azil, Alipuz, Raposo, Blas, and Coco. Yanni leading a Scandia Recon team of Nemesis, Malin, Iander, Fred, Mello, and Azariah. Whiplash leading Charlie 2 with Cullis, Burton, Dooley, Nafs, and Dobbs. And Gordon is also going to be in the Little Bird. I think he's the dedicated pilot to IC / the guy that controls the camera for reconnaissance is going to be Oddball. So yeah, I'm seeing marksman rifles on Blue 4's side. I'm not seeing them on Green 4. And again, in an open map like Suma, those marksmen are going to be critical in this operation. Otherwise, it looks like both of the caches are in the same town. Oh, we actually got a marker for them now, because sometimes we don't. So they're going to be in these 2 locations. Interesting. So one's shielded off right there, and the other one is also shielded off right here to help, you know, prevent against grenade damage. They could also do RPG stuff. They should have shut that damn door, though, to help keep it hidden. But Green 4 otherwise has made some pretty good battle lines around this area, really to lock it down. They want to make sure they hold in the forested areas and try to keep Blue 4 locked down in all these openings. There is a river that they can work with as well, and a crossing point right here. However, I don't think they have the manpower to fully take advantage of it. So Blue 4, I'd imagine, is going to keep their forces very constricted here to keep basically a platoon element. As I say that, I stand corrected. Blue 4 is switching their forces into what appears to be a pincer maneuver. If not, I only see one squad down here, so this is going to probably be what I like to call a strong arm, weak arm attack. It's where you divide your forces at a ratio of around 2/3 to 3/4, and your strong arm is where you have a lot of your forces attacking. And then your weak arm is where you only have a small chunk of your force. Now, that weak arm, usually we see it attack first, or we see it come in to distract the enemy in a bit of a feint, to make the enemy pull a lot of their forces to where they think the main force is attacking from, only for another force to come in on the rear. Sometimes we see the strong arm do that just so a strike team can pull in on the rear and actually snipe the objectives. Usually when a commander does a tactic like this, they're really trying to go for the objective instead of kills, which a unified battle line, for example, would be really good at. I don't know if a strong arm, weak arm is good on this map because of how open everything is, but I mean, I think a pincer maneuver would have been a little bit better, because at that point you could have set up a base of fire in these open areas with where these riverbanks are, and then you could have had the other half of the pincer come up to the south, and they could have literally put constant pressure in like an L-shaped formation of pushing Green 4 back along the forests, and then utilizing this open area for their SOCOM Humvees to suppress Green 4 as they pulled back. But I can see where they're going with this maneuver nonetheless. It can still work out for them. Green 4 is just going to have a lot to work with. Now, I'm going to quickly look over the roster again. I noticed there was no Pepega Pirates on tonight, which, for you new people, there are two top dog communities in Friday Night Fights. There is Scandi Recon and Pepega. Falcon is saying Pepega and 4IB are busy. Why is that, Falcon? Is it ESM related? It's probably ESM related, because I am going to do some commentary on Sunday for them. That makes sense. Otherwise, there's, you know, more than one PvP match out there, guys. There's, you know, FNF, OFCRA, ESRM, Coalition with their CCOs. But I digress there. There's still a good chunk of room here. You do have Scandi Recon on Blue 4, though, and they are the attacking faction. So anytime you see Scandi or Pepega on offense is usually a good sign that that faction is going to be a little bit better. However, if they attack on their own, they usually get completely overwhelmed because they get a little too aggressive for their own good. But hey, shit happens. But otherwise, Christy, it's Christy Law. That's it. Thanks for the 100 bits. I hope you keep enjoying everything as we settle down to watch 3 rounds of FNF tonight. First round playing out. We've got, yeah, so they're putting the SOCOM Vix up here on the northern side where they can utilize these open areas. That's the smartest play they can make. They got to be a little bit careful because there's a bottleneck right here, but I don't think Green 4 is close enough to maintain a proper level of AT on it. They will spot them, but if the Humvees are quick, they can maneuver up. Now, this is all a really massive kill zone. You got a bunker up there, but you also have this riverbed that you can honestly work with quite well in getting forces all the way up here. If anything, this riverbed reminds me of the ones we saw in Proving Grounds. That some of the factions would utilize to get right up to enemy positions. So that riverbed, I think, is going to be Blue 4's best goal here. We might also see them move up the tree line, but there's just not a lot of cover here. But if that weak arm comes in on the side and keeps these forces pinned, they're not going to be able to turn and engage the main Blue 4 force coming in, which could buy them an opening to then regroup with the weak arm and just push up the force and completely steamroll this AO. However, we could see this arm break up into 2 groups, one coming down this area and one riding the riverbed up, with the SOCOM Humvees in the middle providing suppressive fire to this line that Green 4's made. And that would be in Green 4's favor a bit more, because that keeps more people in the open for them to pin. And that means that this arm might not have any support coming in from the right, or not as much, and this force might be able to turn enough guns to stop whatever might come here, and Blue 4 might just get stuck. Now, where is Scandi? They're the guys moving around on the strong arm, excuse me, the weak arm here. So knowing them, if they hit a brick wall, they will reposition and probably use this riverbed to come up. So just because they get repelled the first time doesn't mean they're out of the fight. They're very good at repositioning if they feel like they've hit a brick wall, but usually they will commit their entire force in the attack. No SPG-9s for Green 4. It's literally just 3 static guns there. Now, let me scroll up here, read what Doubtless Wizard said. I watched your videos for years now. I have loved it seeing you, seeing how you always make new silly shit or just fine-tune what you already do. Glad to finally catch a stream. Keep up what you do. I appreciate it, Wizard. Sorry, I'm in PvP mode right now, just overanalyzing this little match here, but I hope you keep enjoying everything, man. We have an Amana Sop versus Dinosaurs I'm going to get off the ground on Wednesday, guys. I can't believe I just said it, but yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of stupid shit we're going to be running. I'm letting some of my players pay for certain meme ops, and yeah. I'm happy because it's paying for my new greenhouse setup, which... Be on the lookout for a video this weekend, where, not a video, excuse me, a stream, where I will be showing the creation of that. Now, we have... Hold up, I know exactly what they're doing. He's not in the co-pilot seat. He's on the gun. These chuckle fucks have strapped the 2IC of the platoon to the side of the helicopter, and they're doing orbitals now to harass the defensive lines of Green 4. Now, what that's going to do is allow the pilot and the gunner there on the side to see all the tracers that come up. Now, it's not these colored tracers. It's mainly from the machine guns because they don't see these actual tracers here. But this is going to basically allow them to see what shoots at them, and then they can reposition Blue 4's attack strategy accordingly. So if they see less stuff over here, they might want to use the riverbed. If they see less stuff over here, they might use this open area to try to regroup with that weak arm. Now, here's the deal. Look at how they're doing this wide berth here. They might actually just completely try to bypass everything. We just saw an RPG get fired. It is short, though. RPGs have a max range of, I think, 650 or 750 meters before they auto-detonate anyway. But this is pulling everyone's attention up to that chopper, which might allow more room for Charlie to sneak around over here. We saw another RPG fire. Wow! A beautiful air burst there. That wounded everyone involved and knocked out Pro Hunter. That was a great shot. No kills, but it at least stopped the advance. So now we're starting to see Blue 4 defuse on the left side, but if Charlie bypasses and tries to go for the riverbed, which looks like they might get caught by this Bravo element back here, we're going to see a lot of pressure come on this forced area, and Blue 4's probably going to regroup and just sweep. We could see Charlie regroup and push down to reinforce on Green 4's angle, but I honestly think we're just going to see a sweep play here. So more RPGs firing. They are just short. Ooh, I meant to open the map. Sorry for blinding you if you had dark vision on. That's also a big chunk right there. See, what I'm really thinking, though, is these guys are going to set up a defensive line here. They're going to get flanked and eliminated by this group. Just look at the numbers there. And again, these are some of, if not the best players on the server right now. So you give them an attack situation, you give them some roaming cover, you got Green 4 pinned down on defensive line as they await Blue 4 to push them. If Blue 4 begins to push and that pins these guys to plink against them, that's going to put them in perfect flanking position for Blue 4 to just eliminate them all. Or I guess for Blue 4 to flank the defensive line. You know what I'm going for here. But yeah, no, we are seeing a force split here. So Alpha is going to keep all of this stuff here pinned as Bravo and Charlie basically regroup and push left to right. And then while these guys reposition, Alpha might be close enough to keep them pinned instead. I really don't see how Tilsitter can defend against this one. This is just going to be reliant on the individual players getting higher KD ratios than Blue 4. But tactically, Blue 4's played this perfectly so far, and I really don't see how Green 4 can counter this tactics-wise. Now, when the shooting really kicks up, people have told me in FNF a lot of comms do break down. Anything's possible at that point. You could see a bit of a miscommunication between Blue 4 Bravo's move in as Charlie pushes past. But if Charlie pushes through and just does a shit ton of damage, that's going to clear the way for Bravo to move in and continue the fight. So it's really tough to see how Green 4 is going to repel this one. Because, I mean, just look at their positioning here. They really don't have anything covering their immediate south, which is where Blue 4 is going to move this group in. And, you know, they're literally taking cover, exposing themselves to the south by taking cover on the from the north and the east. So it's tough. And then you got the you got Command up in front, and then just the SoConvicts waiting in the back line here. They're waiting for a go-ahead. Your favorite cyberbully is streaming? What, Adamak? Is it because I put the fucking Among Us mod in the OFCRA Discord and said, hey, go for it? I lost a bet, all right? I lost a bet last night, which is why I posted this morning, but have mercy. No bully. Drekov brings up an interesting command. If you guys want to see multiple on-the-ground perspectives, feel free to do !multi. We have a lot of people streaming today for the FNFEU branch. We don't always have that many people streaming. Recently, it's only been like a handful. I want to say 2 or 3 at most, but today, it's quite a good chunk. So I'd imagine this round is going to end in the next 15 minutes. Just with the positioning of Blue 4, the way, look at them, they are setting up a battle line here so they can fully encompass this area before either of the individual Green 4 groups have any time to recover. But Blue 4, they're smoking. They haven't taken any casualties yet. They're pulling smoke. They might actually pull back to the other side here.
Little kittens.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I will have my push-to-talkie down when I speak. But anyway, Charlie is basically about to get right on top of Green 4. Bravo here. This is going to be devastating. We'll just have to see how everything goes here. That was SL Dream, by the way. He is going to apparently co-cast with me. I am doing all right, man. Hope you are doing A-okay. I'm just going to have to change the command now. Are you going to co-cast with me, or are you going to play?
I will play, it's okay.
Okay. What about you, Maz? Co-casting or... Okay, up to you. I don't care. All right, anyway, Blue 4 now beginning their attack. We see one Green 4 guy down already. We see some of them trying to pop smoke to recover here. Wise just took a few hits, but Blue 4 immediately pushing this section. Patriot doing his best to try to throw some grenades back to stem the tide of Blue 4 coming in. That's going to catch Nemesis with some grenades. Iander charging in, also takes some shrapnel, but they weren't close enough to take him out. These grenades, wow, landing right on top of Patriot. Thankfully, he is down on the ground, so he doesn't take too much damage. But this line is completely broken here. You're seeing AT firing as well. That knocks Shy out. But Blue 4 has done a great flank attack here. They could not have done better at this point. Look, you see Green 4 starting to pull these forces back, and as they're doing that, Blue 4 Bravo is pushing up this angle as well. You're having a few Green 4 guys getting caught between these two groups now, as there is slowly a noose being pulled right here for these individual Green 4 guys trying to get away. Now, looking at the casualty board, Charlie has not taken a single casualty or KIA. Meanwhile, Green 4, we've got 2 dead and 1 down. So it's a slow tie down here. At least Green 4 has put up a lot of concealment here to help cover themselves. But Blue 4, they did take a good chunk of grenade damage, even though they did dish a good chunk of it as well. So this smoke is going to give both sides a second to recover here. But how much is the question? You got Reapers right here coming around.
Please breathe.
What? I'm doing my job.
You sound like you're going to... No, you don't sound like you're going to die. My God.
Now, we do have a little bit of a crossfire here as Alpha Blue 4 is firing into Green 4 Bravo. Some of those shots are coming over and potentially landing around or on Blue 4 Charlie. Otherwise, we do have Green 4 trying to go back and pick up their casualties here. They're in full retreat at this point. But now you're having some flanking fire coming in from Blue 4 Bravo. Alpha's also coming down this little tree line area. They're getting stopped by Green 4 Delta and Alpha's line right there. But this pullback is starting to get caught out of position here by Cullis and Whiplash, firing through a few trees where there's a bit of a gap in the smoke. But they are now taking heavy fire as Green 4 tries to conceal themselves, or I guess cover their escape. Meanwhile, I don't see Reaper over there by Blue 4, so I assume he was taken out as he tried to pull away. And wow, Yanni just got cut down by Patriot and Olaf. Fred right below them might be able to get a shot here as Olaf slowly crawls up. So this is where things get a little messy, and you might see a bit of a weakness with Scandia Recon's aggressive. Look at that grenade throw. That kills Malin. Fred trying to find an angle on Olaf and Patriot. He throws a shard. No, it's a satchel, but it's just short. That makes Green 4 immediately pull back because you hear a double beep every time you hear a satchel or charge thrown. So that's forcing Green 4 to pull off that group there, but now you're starting to see both sides take more casualties here. Blue 4 starting to take their first few in this group. Malin and Yanni are down. Yanni got shot. Malin died by a good grenade throw. Now we have to be careful here because we're seeing Nemesis doing the friendly wiggle, and he is still taking fire as he continues to wiggle. So he took another like 2 bullets there. His shooter is Major Khan here, who didn't realize that was a friendly because he wasn't able to PID because it was a one-time holographic scope. Wise staying in the tree back here, but otherwise the push is kind of halted because the right flank of Blue 4's push here. It's starting to catch with Bravo, who's gone prone. Alpha, meanwhile, took a little bit of damage here. Quite a few guys are dead, actually, from the defensive line on Delta. SoConvic's doing their best to try to cover, but it's not a lot. You got AT getting demoed back here. Did the chopper just hit a tree? Okay, well, the chopper's down. Don't know what took that out. Otherwise, we have some Green 4 guys now on the back. Oh, no, so Reaper and Lolo, they actually pulled far back and looped around. So they might be able to counterattack Blue 4's push right here, as we see Charlie still spearheading previously where Green 4's defensive line was. But Green 4 has an opportunity to get a lot of shots on back here. Is it enough to turn around? That is anyone's game, but Blue 4, they're starting to have a lot more casualties mounted. Alpha taking quite a blunt to their Tenderbaner. Ground command is also down because it looks like some Green 4 guys counterattacked his position. They are simply trying to move up to find an angle to RPG some of their SoConvicts. All right, otherwise you got Wise, who just got taken out by Nemesis and Iander because they saw him under that tree. Some grenades thrown. It's not going to be enough, though. Reaper and Lolo still coming around on the rear, but this attack has halted for the moment. 6 minutes ago, I said this would be done in 15. This might actually be dragged on for a bit more because with Blue 4 ground command severed, it's starting to drag Blue 4's feet a bit. Green 4's redefined their battle lines here outside of the cache. Blue 4's committing everything on one flank. We could see the attack get halted here. Alpha really does need to reposition, though, and follow where Bravo went through. Otherwise, they're going to keep taking damage. And that AT team finds an angle on one of the SoConvicts and manages to snipe it with the RPG, causing a significant bit of damage, destroying the vehicle, but only wounding the inhabitants there as they now serpentine to try to avoid fire from at least 3 different directions. So this Alpha group, we do see them ascending down the tree line. They're probably going to then come around and follow where Bravo came in from, which is going to alleviate one flank for Green 4 to reset themselves. You do see Charlie, they folded from the northern side because they weren't pinned by Alpha, who I originally thought was going to go down the riverbed, but they changed positions. So now they've been able to reinforce what's remaining of Bravo to halt Blue 4 Charlie here. And now you're starting to see less blue triangles here, but now we got that attack from Lolo and Reapers that's going to come in on the rear. This could change everything. All right, so we see Whiplash in the open down there. It's Lolo and Reaper, 2 TSB players. One shot on the back of Whiplash's head. Dobbs looking at the body, not realizing he got engaged from the rear. That is exactly what they need to do. Let's see if they find Cullis. Oh, Reaper, come on. You hear those gunshots to your left, buddy. He's going to see Dobbs. He might be getting target fixated. Tries to shoot. Nope, he got a few hits, but not enough to kill. A grenade is immediately thrown, but it bounces awkwardly off a rock. Another grenade is thrown, causing more damage. A grenade thrown right on top of Cullis' position. And that kills him. Wow. They heard the noise, and they took care of it. Dobbs now pulling back, wondering what happened. And he gets immediately shot by Reaper. So Reaper's on 1 kill. I'd imagine Lolo's on the other 2. No, so whoever threw that grenade killed him by a fragmentation, and fragmentation kills don't get recorded because it's an ace feature and it's not built into the system. Otherwise, the rest of Blue 4 has not turned around. They do not realize they just lost 3 dudes on the rear, and these 2 guys have an opportunity to now pick up enemy weapons and confuse their audio PID to continue to snipe Blue 4 on the rear. Meanwhile, Lolo firing at Iander and Nemesis, who have now turned around and started engaging them. I mean, that was just a great move here, taking 3 shooters out of this original line. Iander trying to use his AT as an infantry shock weapon, but unfortunately hits a tree. It was too far to the right. But now some of Blue 4 is starting to turn around. But look at Blue 4's positioning here. they're losing more and more dudes here. Yes, we're seeing some high casualties mounting for groups like Bravo 1 on Green 4, but look at Blue 4's skull count. Every group has at least taken a handful of casualties. And now you're starting to see Blue 4 lose their number advantage, and Green 4 is holding their defensive lines. So the smartest thing Green 4 has done here is repositioning Charlie immediately to basically cover Bravo's pullback and then create a new defensive line. And then the position of Reapers and Lolo. Reaper just got another kill. That was Azariah, I believe. Burton getting on Reaper's rear, taking him out, but by now the damage has been done. Nemesis getting caught out of the position. Lolo unable to get the kill, but this has pretty much now alleviated the entirety of the southwestern flank here as they've turned around to engage. And this one fortified defensive line, with forces coming up from the north, are now taking care of anything coming around here. And they were also able to repel Alpha pushing down this area because they were not, I'm going to be honest, attacking from that tree line there with this fortified position covering it was not the brightest call. They should have just folded in and reinforced or waved their forces in, as in you have got one battle line going and a second battle line behind them. That way it alleviates the front battle line from any rear attacks, and you can immediately reinforce the front line with that second battle line without clumping your troops too far together, or too close together, excuse me. But, I mean, I think Green 4's got this. Another major issue, which is what happened here, is you got that Alpha squad coming around who's already taken a big chunk of casualties, but because they were forced to make this massive pull around, for whatever reason, SOCOM Vix did not come and pick them up because one of them got AT'd. I don't know if the other one got AT'd as well, and the Little Bird got shot down. They weren't able to pull back, get in a vehicle, and quickly be redeployed. So in the past 5 minutes, where Blue 4 has been taking a hefty amount of casualties, they've had literally a third of their force just completely out of position, and that's allowed the defenders to defeat the offense in detail here. And that is why the number advantage is now turning to the defenders' favor here. I think Green 4 has successfully countered this attack, and I think this is eventually going to be a Green 4 victory. We're just seeing too many casualties mounting up in Blue 4 right now. We got Burton and Lolo now doing a little dance around here, trying to find each other, or what they can. We got Dooley charging up the line right here. If he's able to get through, he could do something similar to what Reapers and Lolo did. We could see something. He's going to push. He's got to be careful, though. Kills a car for. Seismo immediately turns. Some smoke grenade. No, this is a smoke GL round. He's going to take advantage of that. We'll see if Green 4 notices the weapon ID, which looks like they have, and they're starting to look locally. But Dooley has a lot of pine trees to work with, and he can pick people off. Looks like he's actually now holding this position and trying to pick off guys on the defensive line. Not the smartest idea, because people are going to hear his gunfire. He just got another one. Seismo now returning fire. Dooley's able to quickly pull around as he pulls attack reload. Patriot coming around. But he gets, Dooley gets sniped by Pierce and Shun, spraying him down with those 74s. There was also an explosive thrown over there. Wow. Meanwhile, looking back, it looks like Perton was able to find and eliminate Lolo after getting hit himself, but just look at the remaining map markers. Green 4 has a really nice, solid battle line here. Blue 4, the only thing I can see them working with here is if they get a force, they go immediately on the riverbank on the left and try to push around right under Green 4's nose here as they continue the attack. But there's still some guys that are really close to that defensive line. It might not work, but at this point, now that you got Alpha reinforcing the rest of the line, Green 4 has two favorable defenders here. It's... I don't think it's going to work.
By the way, Liru.
Yo.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but Deska has an M76.
So Green 4 has M76s. I was looking for that earlier to try to find their marksman rifle. I just could not find a dude with one. Yeah, now as I look, yeah, Desk has a fucking 76. All right. Well, we'll find them eventually.
Based.
That's why I came here. I was like, oh, I should help him with the kids.
It's all good, man. Thank you so much. So Blue 4 are pretty much in tatters right now. The two squads that originally attacked are really separated here. They're kind of just going man for them, every man for themselves. You got Alpha, who is still mostly grouped up, but they're now going to be in a position to push against the Green 4 fortified position right here. maybe we could see some marksman work here, but we have another 2 green 4 guys, the original AT team that took out the SOCOM Humvee here, now trying to flank around where blue 4 has the remainder of that large force of Alpha, and they are picking off forces on the flank. They got this little riverbed to work with for cover. Fawn still has his RPG. He could do a lot of damage. And as I say that, he pulls it out. A lot of smoke's been thrown, though. He's not going to be able to acquire a target. He actually pulls back and selects the AK. More GLs raining overhead, but they got to be exactly in the riverbed to do any proper damage or hit the tree so fragmentation can hit below them. But those are very tough shots to make at this range. So they're flying over. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Tender, he had a great plan, but he got killed too early, so he couldn't rally Alpha to where they needed to be after they got pushed back. And that slowdown, I think, is what partially cost him. Tilster made a great call in just folding his forces around. It was risky, though, because at the time, I don't think he could have confirmed where all of Blue 4 was. He just made a guess, and it paid off for him because he didn't know if there was another fire team or squad size element coming from a different flank, which would have immediately come from somewhere like the north after traveling down the riverbed and just pushed in immediately. So it was a risk. Here it paid off.
By the way, Vilsitter is one of the older commanders. Cheese is what it is.
Yeah, Cheese. I just don't see him command all the time.
No, he does it very rarely, but he's done it a lot in the past.
Now one...
Command.
Tender.
One concern I do have, though, is the numbers actually are starting to look a little more even. You see Blue 4 congregating into 2 groups here. You got a few stragglers in the middle, and then some additional stragglers moving up. Great grenade throw by Daedalus. That's going to get caught in the tree branch. Wow, 3 down. He got all of them except Llama, who he immediately takes off. That's 4 kills. Daedalus might have actually just turned this around. He needs to turn around and double tap the other 2 guys. I don't think he noticed they were there, though. They might wake up, and he might notice. There's another one right there. I think he was already dead, though. Gets Deska, and the other guy also dies, too. Wow.
Yeah, actually, they were both dead. I think it was bugged on our screens.
Daedalus, I think, might have just gotten Blue 4 a hole here. It's not over yet. That multi-kill just turned the number advantage back into Blue 4's favor. They just need to now move down and capitalize on it. So this is going to allow Blue 4 to bypass this fortified line. There's only a few guys up here remaining. Green 4 still have... No, that's Daedalus getting on the static here and suppress it up to the bunker area, but it's a little too far to the left. Wheaton now running up because there's no one covering the left because Green 4's all pulled back, died, or is still in previous positions. You got some grenades being thrown in now. That could do some similar damage. It's a little further. No, the fragmentation gets 2 people. Knowledge might go down to this one. Fragmentation literally goes over his head as Wheaton crushes in. Blue 4 might still turn this around.
Green 4 again, a very good lesson in spacing.
Wheaton's looking around. He's trying to find additional force. It's going to allow Blue 4 to push. The other group, they did come around. They're trying to go on the other side of the riverbed, so I do appreciate what they're trying. Daedalus runs into Patriot, gets knocked out. A lot of shots there. And Wheaton also got taken by Knowledge. You're right.
Guys are currently with the marksman rifle, trying to take out Knowledge in the and Wheaton wakes back up, so this could be Knowledge see his gun move. Oh,
headshot by Wheaton. You saw Knowledge react to the barrel, but Wheaton was already in there, and he just literally lined the gun barrel up with Knowledge's head and popped it like a cherry.
Damn, bro. Blue 4.
They've bounced back. The 2 flanking guys, Fonz and Sanchez, they were in a good position, but now Blue 4 is moving on. Ash is staying behind here. I don't know what reason, but he can still serve to slow them down, and Blue 4 can bounce back. This has been a really great back and forth where just some small plays here, there, and I said this was all going to depend on the PvP at the end. It's turned back and forth multiple times. This has been enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Sorry, I'm looking at chat and I'm seeing Falcon say, like, these frags are made to nuke Afghanistan.
And what's that is correct for a very long time.
So many people.
Firefly getting a kill. Gets shot in the rear by Rodrig, and as he goes prone, that lines his head up for a headshot by Rodrig. Nemesis doing some blind suppression up there. That makes Tilsiter and Patriot pull back.
Ooh, Oliver down.
They're in the thick of it. Yeah, he got picked off earlier by Patriot. Not double tap, though, so he could be brought back up, but they need to keep suppression on that building. And you see a Patriot getting knocked to his feet by Burton and killed.
Ooh. Tilsiter's in
A
in
long
really
toss
nice
into the river with
position.
that grenade. Yeah, the issue is he can still get suppressed by Burton, though. And he's running out of time because if he goes the other way, he might get caught by other Blue 4 members here. So he is pretty much cut off. Pinned in that position.
Well, that's the thing. Burton isn't in the best position either. Actually, to be fair, he blends in really well with the ground. So.
Well, he does, but he also has a lot of friendlies on his flank. So if Tilsiter tries to flank Burton's position, he's going to immediately get caught out and eliminated. So.
Yeah, but now he's pushing down into the bay, which.
Yep, to join Nemesis as he pushes as well. You got some 2 Blue 4 and 2 Green 4 guys engaging each other. Grenade just went off, knocking one of the Green 4 guys out, and the grenade kills the other guy as well. Green 4 grenade got thrown. No change on those symbols over there. Yeah. I mean, we got Nemesis with that's a freaking 249. Peyton with the 240 Golf. It's, I mean, 4 and 2 kills. Excuse me, 2 and 4 kills respectively. I'm not surprised. Green 4 meanwhile trying to pull back in on this fortified position. This could be a decent flanking spot from this bunker area, but Twins is caught out of position and double tapped. Now it's just up to Vendall, but I think Blue 4 just has too much in numbers. Burton's gonna run up, might spot Seismo. No, he doesn't check the tree. Ah, situational awareness. Oh, situational awareness, please. And Naps immediately knocks Seismo out. Oh, God, I love it. It's anyone's game, but it's leaning into Blue 4 right now. One of the Green 4 guys woke back up, but he just got double tapped by Alpha HQ. I think Blue 4 have come back from the brink here. And an amazing play by a few great players, by Wheaton and Daedalus getting those multi-kills. And it just goes to show you how important grenades are now in FNF, because as What's That said earlier, I tried to touch on this point. Seismo getting woken up and then knocked out again by Nemesis and double tapped. Grenades. Oh, there was a charge thrown in there, and that has killed more Green 4 elements there.
No
one? Oh. Well, there was people up there, and they're dead now.
Out.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's where Wheaton was when he took out, and then Wheaton.
Yeah, but and then 2 Green 4 guys went back up there. One of them got killed, and then the other one's still there.
They both ran around the corner at the same time, and Thompson shot the bad guy.
Gotcha. All right, well, good to make sure that position is clear anyway.
I think it was Brundle.
Mackenzie's found one of the caches. He is setting up demo on, or I guess he's trying to figure out what to do with it. He might not have demo, but he's calling it over the LR to say, hey, I found one. But I will say at this point now, What's That already alluded to it, this has only been this way for like 2 months, where grenades have acted how they're supposed to be. Since then, since we started, at least I started, and for all I know, for the longest time, grenades were nerfed to high hell. Now they're actually doing what grenades are supposed to and just tearing people apart. And it's very, very useful as an offensive weapon for not just clearing buildings out, but clearing out fortified positions. It's great.
Believe it or not, it's been longer than 2 months.
Yeah,
it just feels so nice to have it, though.
I think it's been 6 months.
It was done with the March, wasn't it?
Was that?
Wasn't it done with the March update?
No, I don't. I think it was.
Was it not done with the?
I think it was January. I think it was.
All right, there's Objective 2 destroyed. Green 4's down to 3 people. Blue 4 has 8. We got Hoba, Telop, and Spiky on the defense. They are fighting Nemesis, Nafs, Ants, Mackenzie, Thompson, Major Khan, Kazag, and Ash. I don't know. A 3v8, I have seen things turn around with that. Green 4 is on defense. Blue 4 probably still has a lot of grenades. But based off of how Blue 4 has bounced back from this one, I don't know. Hoba trying to get a shot on Major Khan. He misses his shots, only for Nafs to come around on the rear with that Mark 11 and pick him off. 2v8.
I'm sure we all remember how, like, the nades were just constantly debated.
They would literally land at people's feet and then just cause
Yeah.
like one wound. And it's like, oh yeah, like why even bother at that point?
Because like, it got to a point where you'd watch them go off and it'd be like, oh, it might do a bit of like shredded damage to the feet. But now when you see a nade pop right next to someone,
You know they're dead.
It's terrifying.
Yeah,
Like,
as they should
especially-
be.
Yeah, if you're playing, like you play, you'll see someone throw a grenade. But back then you'd be like, oh, I can take this and live. But now it's like, holy shit, I need to rush this man.
Nas finds the other one and picks him off with the second shot there being a headshot.
Spiky left.
Spiky
dear.
holding the stairwell. This is not a bad spot. I mean, when you're alone and you're right here, that's a really good job of limiting your target profile here. The one issue is the only thing that can be shot at certain angles is her head.
Yeah.
And people are really good at immediately putting bullets on a target in FNF. So,
Like Nemesis, Nav.
yeah.
Those are just like two to name who will just snap onto your head immediately.
I mean, and then, you know, Summa blew for it here, Nemesis, and
Oh yeah.
Naps dropped his machine gun. No, wait, no, it was another guy ahead of it.
There's also 3
fire
doors
raids.
to enter this place.
Yeah.
So she's got a
Spiky
really
doesn't
good
hear the
firing
door
line
open
now.
on her right. She doesn't adjust. Thompson could get the breach on her.
Yeah, she's focusing straight down the middle and not wanting to focus on the side, which is now just going to cause...
Oh. Oh. 1 kill. 2 kills. 3 kills. Oh my god.
Mackenzie's just noticed...
Mackenzie doesn't even know what's happened.
Died.
Naps is coming in. I think saw the
Mackenzie still has
shooter.
no clue.
Mackenzie's like, what just happened?
Naf's
Now
AT her.
Mackenzie knows.
Naf's AT her.
Yes, the AT! Oh my god! And he backblasted himself.
Oh,
Oh,
that was so beautiful.
that
I
was
knew it.
amazing. This is why you gotta clear the fucking building before you do the objective, you
Spiky's
goobers.
just got 3 kills.
That was amazing. That just shows you Blue 4 let their guard down at that point. Spiky had an opportunity to get the 4th kill. I don't think she would have been able to beat Nafs with that AT, though. That was a death sentence.
She